is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the upcoming transit of planet Venus, which on Feb 12th will transit the sign of Capricorn, and from February 12th till March 6th, it's going to be strengthened over there. So guys, during this time, the transit of Venus is little bit different because definitely, first of all, Venus is going to be transiting in a sign of its very good friend planet Saturn. And second thing is that Venus is not going to be alone during this time. It is going to be conjunct briefly with the planet Sun over there, with the planet Mercury over there, and for a longer span of time it is going to be conjunct with an exalted Mars in the Capricorn. So definitely guys, Venus's role becomes very important in our life, specifically if your profession is connected with a high-end luxury, PR, relationship management, performing arts, creativity, hotel, hospitality, travel, business. So in all those professions, the transit of Venus becomes very important, and nothing could be better than that if Venus is right now in your life in a governing condition. Like for example, you are running the Antardasha or Pratendradasha of the planet Venus, or like your important planets are placed in the Capricorn, or you are connected with the fields which I have just mentioned, which comes in the control of the Venus, and during this time only you have to take any important decision. So this entry of Venus or this transit of Venus can trigger some auspicious events in your life. And guys, if you have to understand in general what could be the probable indicative results, so definitely if there is something where you want to establish yourself, you are like connected with the fields of art, entertainment, creativity, during this time only any of the important project or work of yours is getting released. You are the face of any brand, or let's say for example, relying on the magnetism or charm in your personality, you want to progress in your career. I would say this thing that this entry of Venus or this transit of Venus can trigger some important events in your life. Now guys, whenever Venus and Mars comes into contact, this generates a lot of passion, but this could be a possibility if this conjunction is taking place in the Scorpio sign, in the Aries sign, in the Cancer sign. But this is a kind of a placement where both Mars and Venus are in their best of their dignity. Like I would rather say this thing that the extreme things could happen, that native might make use of the charm or manipulation in order to progress, but driven by the sensual force, native will end up doing something wrong, something questionable. The possibility of that tend to remain very less, very low over here, because a strengthened Mars is all about that you are very focused, you are very disciplined regarding things which you want to achieve, and Venus's like presence and Venus's support will definitely add a glitter of charm and kind of attraction in all of your endeavors. And guys, before we will get into the customized results for all the lagnas, my recommendation for the Venusian remedy is always to recite the Shri Suktam. Stay very respectful towards the females. These are the two things which I want to mention. Now guys, we will shift our discussion to the customized results for all the rising signs. So starting first with the Aries Lagna natives. So definitely guys, in your case, Venus becomes a very important planet of your finances, of your family, of relationship, of your commercial interest. And Venus in the transit is going to be entering your 10th house. Now guys, the good part is that because Venus is going to get conjunct with your ascendant lord, and second thing is that because Venus, the houses which it rules, so from the second house Venus is going ninth from it, and from the 7th house Venus is going 4th place from it. So I would say this thing that for some good financial lucrative opportunities, you are heading in the right direction. And like the way I mentioned this thing, if you are a kind of person, you do not want to be perceived or known only for your work, like you want to leave a lasting impact, you want to make a kind of a spectacle of all of your actions and endeavors, which is very much important in today's day and age of relationship, marketing, advertising, promoting yourself. So I would say this thing that this entry of Venus will definitely work in your favor. And definitely guys, because your important houses of the finances, of the family is also contributing. So let's say for example, during this time only, you have to take any important lifetime decision where you want the support of people around you. So you will be able to muster up the courage or amass the support of the people around you as well. So overall guys, in your line of work, in your professional endeavors, I'm seeing you very goal oriented, very driven, and this could be support of females, this could be support of your partner, of your immediate family. Everything will fall in place. And also guys, this is also typical yoga with your Saturn being strengthened in the 11th house and second house lord, 7th house lord supporting too many planets concentrated in your 10th house. So let's say for example, if you are in that stage in your life where you have to put any of your saved money, your capital in any of your dream venture. So I would say this thing, that all those kind of spending in your business for your professional, like fueling up your professional ambition and investing and spending money over there as well, that will also prove to be very fruitful. And definitely guys, all those people who are like looking forward to some more lucrative opportunities, trying to establish themselves in any field, the transit of Venus will definitely support them. Now guys, when we talk about the Taurus Lagna natives, definitely guys, in your case, Venus becomes your ascendant lord, so its transit will become very important for you. And ascendant lord and the 6th house lord is going to be getting strengthened in your 9th house. So guys, the whole alignment of the planets now for next couple of weeks is going to be concentrated in your 9th house. So that in itself means that if you have to take any important decision connected with your 9th house, the time period is supporting you. Guys, you will not believe, I am being an Aries Lagna, when my ascendant lord, like now Mars, at the time when I'm recording this video, now Mars has transited to the 10th house in the Capricorn for my Lagna. But when it was transiting in the 9th house, higher studies, wisdom, divine knowledge, that was the only time when I, out of nowhere, out of the blue, I enrolled for some more courses in Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. I was like, if I'm staying here in India for an indefinite period of time, why I'm not investing more in the more accumulation of knowledge and wisdom? So I mean to say that whenever planets in such a alignment are strengthened in the 9th house, it is a very good time for acquisition of knowledge, wisdom, being well guided, undertaking travels, pilgrimages, and everything which will add to your knowledge base. So regarding that front, entry of your ascendant lord in the 9th house will definitely support you, just because it has got a rulership over your 6th house as well. So let's say for example, in your line of work, or this could be a case that for your daily health, fitness regime and all, you have been lacking the motivation from the past couple of weeks, because during that time your ascendant lord was transiting in the 8th house. So I would say this thing, that you will definitely get the much awaited, needed motivation for putting forth your best efforts. Travels will prove to be fruitful. Any of the concerns of enrolling into some new course, or like PhD related concerns, immigration related concerns. So overall, the transit of your ascendant lord and the 6th house lord in the 9th house seems to be a harbinger of good news. Now guys, when we talk about the Gemini Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Venus has got a rulership over your 12th house and the 5th house, and now it is going to be transiting from your 8th house. So again guys, it all comes down to individual to individual, in which capacity you are extracting the fruits of the 8th house. Like if you are invested in occult, research, exploration, anything to do with the sadhana, psychological analysis, any of the concerns of inheritance and all, then this could be a very fruitful time for you. But guys, like the way you know this thing, that whenever Mars and Venus get so potent and strengthened in the 8th house, it triggers up a lot of pent up sensual energy, and kind of sensuality tend to remain at its peak. So I would say this thing, that the way planets are supporting you, like Saturn being strengthened in the 9th house, Jupiter being strengthened in the 11th house. So only if you have been working hard and you are in a line of work, in a business where there is a possibility of sudden speculative gains and all, some unpredictable things turning out in your favor, those sort of line of work, those sort of businesses and all, then this could be a fruitful time for you. But definitely guys, there will be too many temptations towards things which are not very healthy or not looked in a very good light in the society. So over there, balance, decorum is needed. But apart from that, guys, like the way I mentioned, if your line of work, your profession is connected with the 8th house related matters, like this could be case that you're also working as a counselor, as a psychologist, as a therapist. So then also I would say this thing that the time period will definitely support you. So but only concern is that specifically people invested in the fields of stock market and speculation, I will still say this thing that being in the 8th house, so whatsoever risk you have to take that in a very calculative way. And also guys, any of the donation connected with the Venusian element, like this could be white things like sugar, milk or rice, as per your capacity, donating these white items in a place of religious importance in any of the like goddess temple on Fridays will definitely prove to be very fruitful for you. Now guys, when we talk about the Cancer Lagna natives, so guys, in your case now, as you can see that Venus has got a rulership over your 11th house and the 4th house, and in the transit it will enter your 7th house, getting conjunct with your Yogaraka planet Mars over there. So definitely guys, pertaining to the matters of marriage, romance, relationship, running into like-minded people or experiencing that intimacy within the relationship, regarding that front, the planetary alignment is definitely gonna support you. Also guys, during this time, your friends can actually act like play the role of a cupid. They could also introduce you to someone. So friends and people in your network are definitely gonna play a very important role. Now this could be for any of the matchmaking, or this could be for your commercial interest as well, business, networking and all. Your reputation in the market, in the society will definitely play a very important role. Also guys, because the way planets are influencing you, I would say this thing that it is a very good time for some sort of camaraderie with the family members and all, like the way we say this thing that throwing a party at your home, inviting your friends, your family, everyone is gathering together and celebrating with the like-minded people, your family, friends and all. So those sort of vibes I'm definitely looking at in the matters of your 7th house. And guys, nothing could be better than that if in your line of work, like you are working in any of the high-end luxury business, buying and selling of cars, or you have a chain of the car showrooms and all, I would say this thing that the time period will definitely support you. And over there as well, like for acquiring some new accounts, some new businesses, new projects as well, your networking definitely will play a very important role. And guys, understand this thing that whenever we talk about running into those kind of collaborations which do not serve a purpose, or where the ties get severed in a very shorter span of time, and they're like those kind of cases where you run into those people with whom you're gonna have some sort of shared life purpose, or the bonding is going to be very deep rooted and it's gonna serve a purpose for throughout the life. So those sort of bonding, those sort of committed bonds, so energy is actually aligning and indicating in that direction. So very supportive transit for the Cancer Lagna natives. Now guys, when we talk about the Leo Lagna natives, so guys, in your case now, as you can see that Venus has got a rulership over your 10th house and the 3rd house, and in the transit it is going to get conjunct with an exalted Mars in your 6th house. So guys, definitely in the original Kal Purush Kundli as well, Venus's presence or transit from the 6th house is not written in a very good light, because Venus is a planet of pleasure, happiness, enjoyment, and 6th house has got everything to do with bearing the burden of responsibilities, pressure, criticism, opposition and all. So I would say this thing that definitely in your line of work, you will be in a strengthened position in this way that Mars is already exalted, strengthened in your 6th house. So you know during this time how to get things done, how to exert the authority in a very unrelenting way. Now the presence of Venus will definitely kind of cajole things little bit, or kind of soften things a little bit. So I would say this thing that specifically if in your line of work you are working in the Venusian field, like the way you're working in any of the design firm, you're working in any of the ad agency, and you're on the top of the leadership role. So during this time, exerting your authority, but at the same time taking everyone in the same consensus, that will definitely is going to be your leadership style. So I would say this thing that in your line of work, exerting your authority, taking some important decision, and being able to bond well with your teammates and with your colleagues. The time period seems to be very supportive for you. Definitely guys, Venus has got a rulership over your third house as well. So in certain regard, it is making this transit little bit questionable in a way that like there are certain houses like Mars being a like Mars is generally connected with the debts, and Venus is getting strengthened, which is your third house lord. So during this time, there's going to be strong possibility that this could be your siblings, or this could be your subordinates or your friends. Like you might have to financially help someone. Like suddenly someone will turn to your door in dire need of some financial aid or help. So those kind of situation will kind of trigger up during this time. But the good part is that whomsoever will turn up to you for help, you'll be able to do the justice to that. You'll be able to put your best foot forward to help people out, which will definitely enhance your reputation as well. Like the way guys, in the transit, Saturn being strengthened in the 7th house, Jupiter being strengthened in the 9th house, the more good deeds you will do during this time, the better it is gonna serve you now and in times to come as well. So yes guys, this is how I'm seeing this transit of Venus for the Leo Lagna natives. I will summarize it. This is not gonna be a transit of enjoyment, pleasure, happiness. This is going to be a transit of working hard and while performing your duties, enjoying the comforts and amenities. Like, you know, like the way suddenly you might be sent on a meeting or on a business travel or work related travel where you will be treated well. So those kind of things can happen. And also guys, for all those people specifically, if you are in a job which is connected with the Venusian field, designing, hotel, hospitality, aviation, event management, luxury decor and all, so for those people, the transit in their line of work will definitely strengthen or fortify their position. Now guys, when we talk about the Virgo Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Venus has got a rulership over your 9th house of mentorship, guidance, religious inclinations, travels, and 2nd house of your wealth, your family and your virtues. And now in the transit, it is going to get conjunct with an exalted Mars in your 5th house. So definitely guys, for a new romance, it is a supportive time. For a recreational aspect, it is a very good time. For those who are like students or any of the academic related important decision, it is a very good time. And also guys, like because 2nd house lord is going 4th place from it and getting conjunct with an exalted Mars over there. So even in the fields of stock market, trading and all, there could be some sudden speculative gains which lot many Virgo Lagna natives might experience during this time. Guys, the good part is that if you are professionally operating in the domain of the 5th house, anything to do with children, artistic creative endeavors, or where you have to give advice to the people, you have to counsel others. So I would say this thing that definitely time period is supporting you. The good part is that 5th house has also something to do with the happiness as well. So you will experience that happiness in doing whatsoever you will be meant to do or perform during this time. So students will be like in case of students, parents do not have to push them too much to focus on the studies. And for anything to do with like this could be mantra practice, taking interest in yoga, or taking interest in some new hobbies and all. So I would say this thing, it's a very happiness and enjoyable transit of Venus for the Virgo Lagna natives. Now guys, when we talk about the Libra Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Venus becomes your ascendant lord, and now it is going to get conjunct with an exalted Mars in your 4th house. So definitely guys, if you are professionally operating in the domain of the 4th house, anything to do with the like high-end luxury, being in a business of buying and selling of vehicles, or decorating the houses, interior decor, you're working as a Vastu consultant, so this is going to be a very supportive time for you. Second thing is that guys, because ascendant lord, wheresoever it goes, our whole life force gets concentrated over there. So let's say for example, during this time only, you are like trying to take some very important decisions connected with the matters of the 4th house. This could be buying your first house, or you are gonna contest in any of the political concerns, like because 4th house also tells about the public as well. So trying to establish or carve your niche in any of the public domain. So I would say this thing that the transit of Venus in your 4th house seems to be very supportive. Now guys, in your case, because wheresoever ascendant lord goes, it with itself it carries the energy of the 8th house as well. So I would say this thing that in your family life, there could be a little bit of the turbulent energy initially to get the things done. Exalted Mars in the 4th house is never a very calm energy, but the good thing is that with your people pleasing nature, or with that sort of diplomatic way, you'll be able to get things done, or you'll be able to make everyone convinced to your point of view as well. So yes guys, I would say this thing that for any of the concerns of 4th house, which has primarily to do with the stability in the life, security in the life, investing your money in building, in property, apartments, mortgage, vehicles, so any of the concerns, if that is getting applicable in your case, so this is a very golden time to take initiatives, take steps pertaining to these areas. Now guys, when we talk about the Scorpio Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Venus has got a rulership over your 7th house and the 12th house, and in the transit it is going to get conjunct with the your ascendant lord in the 3rd house. So definitely guys, pertaining to the matters of, like, if you're working in the fields of sales, media, marketing, it is going to be a very supportive transit for you guys. This is also typical like yoga, where like if it is getting applicable in your case, where suddenly being introduced to someone or getting attracted to someone in your neighborhood or workplace related, like some romance or affair getting started, initiated with someone. So this is that sort of typical energy. The good thing is that guys, because the way planets are transiting right now, I'm not seeing you guys much vulnerable. So I would say this thing that finding that drive, motivation and passion in whatsoever you do, it is a supportive time. And also guys, because 3rd house also tells about, like, for any of the artists and actors, 3rd house is the house of when we get those auditions. So I would say this thing that if you're primarily working in the fields of the Venus, or this could be your ascendant lord Mars as well, and during this time only you have to initiate, start something new, or you are awaiting for that launch pad, that platform, that good word of mouth which is gonna put you in a limelight, or which is gonna give you a chance to prove yourself. So regarding that front, I would say this thing that the transit of Venus seems to be very supportive for you. So overall guys, it's a very good time to advertise yourself, to market yourself, being out there and trying your luck and taking chances. That is all what I can say for the Scorpio Lagna natives. Now guys, for all the Sagittarius Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Venus has got a rulership over your 6th house and the 11th house, and in the transit it is going to enter your 2nd house. So that in itself means that if your income is connected with the Venusian domain, you're working as an artist, as a designer, anything to do with the food, hotel, hospitality, aviation industry, so this transit of Venus will definitely support you financially. Second thing is that because it is going to get conjunct with an exalted Mars, which in your case has got a rulership over your 5th house and the 12th house. So if you are earnestly trying to invest your money or direct your money for scaling up or expanding into some new territories or new areas and all, so this entry of Venus and its conjunction with an exalted Mars in your 2nd house will definitely support you. Guys, the only way I'm seeing you a little bit vulnerable is that this combination of Mars and Venus in your 2nd house will definitely give inclination towards all those kind of exotic food and drinks, and so over there balance has to be there. Second thing is that you might also be suddenly tempted towards spending your money on the high-end luxury things and all. So over there, balance, decorum, restraint is needed. But financially, I would say this thing that this entry of Venus in your 2nd house is a supportive time. Like whatsoever way you will speak, you will be able to impress people as well. Now guys, when we talk about the Capricorn Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Venus becomes your Yokarka planet, being the 10th house and the 5th house lord. Transiting and getting conjunct with an exalted Mars in the 1st house is definitely going to be a supportive sign in this way that guys, this thing that whatsoever planet transit from the 1st house, people perceive the energy of that planet in our aura, in our persona, in our personality. So definitely being able to impress people with your magnetism, with the charm in your personality, this is a supportive time. And because Venus is your 10th house lord as well, so that in itself means that during this time there's a very strong possibility, because your ascendant lord is also strengthened right now. So it's a very strong possibility that if you are right now applying for new job, for some new roles, or any of the leadership related role, I would say this thing that stars and planets are supporting you. Now, I do not know the kind of yogas you have in your natal chart, what kind of dashas you are currently going through, but if everything is getting applicable, all the eligibilities are getting met, getting fulfilled, and along with that, this transit of Venus in your first house conjunction with an exalted Mars over there will put you in the front line as a strong contender for any new job position, any new role. So regarding that front as well, guys, it is a supportive time. And also for all those people who are connected with the fields of art, entertainment, media, performing arts, a very supportive time for those people as well. And now guys, for specifically those people who are in any of the political zone, like any of the political aspiration of yours, or anything to do with that you are on a top leadership role, so it's a very good time where if you are considering to enforce any new changes, any new rules and regulation, so you'll be able to execute or exert your authority in a very convincing way as well. So it's a supportive transit of your Yog Karka planet for the Capricorn Lagna natives. Now guys, when we talk about the Aquarius Lagna natives, definitely guys, in your case, Venus has got a rulership over your 4th house and the 9th house, and in the transit it is going to get conjunct with an exalted Mars in your 12th house. So guys, definitely everything comes down to that in whichever way planet is creating that energy center around you, are you also working in the same direction or not? So if during this time any of the concerns of immigration, getting admission in a foreign university, or trying to settle down yourself, establish yourself in a foreign land, it is a very supportive time period for you, supportive transit for you. Any of the concern which entails dealing with the public or public support, this could be a supportive time for you. The only way guys it is making you a little bit vulnerable is that because Mars and Venus getting strengthened in your 12th house, it will trigger up the passion a lot. So how you gonna channelize that passion, that is the one thing which I want to say. Because guys, Saturn, your ascendant lord, is also strengthened in the first house. That in itself means that it is not gonna overlook or forgive any of the trivial or frivolous action or questionable actions. So discipline and decorum is needed. And lastly guys, because when it comes down to the Aquarius Lagna natives, they are considered as very good when it comes down to analysis, self introspection, research, going very deep in and being very critical in any sort of analysis. So if you are primarily operating in that domain, this could be a very supportive transit of Venus for the Aquarius Lagna natives. The only way guys I'm seeing you a little bit vulnerable is that because there is a lot of dryness which is right now I'm seeing in your chart, because Saturn, which is a very planet of isolation, seriousness, sadness, is already there in your first house. The only planet which can give us happiness is Venus. It has also got a rulership over your 4th house of family as well, and Venus has also gone to the 12th house. So I would say this thing that keep on doing all those things which makes you happy, or any of the habits which involves having a connection with the nature, like doing yoga, doing meditation, going for long morning walks and all. I would say this thing that will be much more advisable for you during this time. And guys, when we talk about the Pisces Lagna natives, so guys, in your case now, as you can see that Venus has got a rulership over your 8th house and the 3rd house, and now it is going to get conjunct with an exalted Mars in your 11th house. So definitely guys, it is a very good transit for you. See, when we talk about the role of Venus, Venus is not a very favorable planet for you, but the influence in which it is going to be entering the 11th house of yours, like Sun and Mercury briefly being over there, and your 9th house and the 2nd house lord being exalted over there, so it will definitely add more value to it. So in a way that during this time, if you have to get anything done via the use of your contacts, via the use of your reference and all, a strong resume and all, so things and stars will definitely support you. If you're a performing artist, anything to do with art, entertainment, creativity, and you are scheduled for any important performance, you're scheduled for any important meetings and all, so you'll be able to impress people as well. So overall guys, it's a transit of enjoyment, happiness, running into like-minded people, establishing some important connections, impressing people with your craft, with your skill set. So overall it is a supportive transit. My recommendation is that make the best use out of it, because the way planets are supporting you, this could be a time when people generally land at something which is gonna serve some lifetime purpose to them. That is all what I can say for the Pisces Lagna natives. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs for this upcoming transit of Venus in the sign of Capricorn. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.